Hello hockey fans and welcome back to another video. 11 days ago, I released a video detailing the top 10 former NHLers who were set to compete at the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. Fast forward to yesterday on February 9th, the wait was finally over as the men's hockey competition officially got underway. While we have already highlighted the most famous players to compete at the event, my previous video only scratched the surface, as there are plenty of skaters that weren't mentioned who have also earned a trip to Beijing after spending large portions of their careers in the best league in the world. Given that the tournament has only just begun, and given that you guys seem to enjoy my previous video on the subject, I figured that we should revisit every country's Olympic roster and highlight another group of notable NHL alumni who are also going for gold over the coming days. So in today's video, allow me to take you through my list of 10 more former NHLers playing in the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. Kicking things off at number 10, we have Nick Shaw. The first of 3 American players on this list, Nick Shaw has earned his place at the Olympics thanks to his team-leading performance in Russia. A third-round pick by the LA Kings during the 2011 draft, Shaw took to the ice in parts of 5 NHL seasons, split between 5 different teams, where he scored 18 goals and 59 points for his efforts. After finishing the 2019-20 season with the Winnipeg Jets, and after scoring just 3 points in 42 games with the team, the American forward would play 5 games in the Slovakian League during the following 2021 season, move to Switzerland for the rest of the year, and notch 27 points in just 22 games, before taking his talents to Russia, as he signed a 1-year contract with KHL side Sibir Novosibirsk on June 18, 2021. Having returned to the KHL for the second time in his career, and having joined his 6th team in his last 6 seasons of play, the 29-year-old was eager to make a strong first impression for his new side. Thankfully, he would get his wish, as Shaw would lead the entire Sibir roster in scoring with 10 goals and 26 points in 49 regular season games. This strong play, coupled with his notable tenure in the best league in the world, would earn Shaw a trip to China, as he was named to Team USA's roster for the Winter Olympics. Since he has spent most of his pro career as a middle 6 forward, and since he isn't the most productive player on America's roster, I expect Shaw to find a home on USA's 2nd or 3rd forward line and put his strong two-way game to good use for an American side that's looking to take home a medal at the event. Will this happen though? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up at number 9, we have Marcus Granlund. The first of 3 Finnish players in this video, Marcus Granlund has made the trip to China after several strong seasons in the KHL. A second-round draft pick by the Calgary Flames in 2011, Granlund suited up in 335 NHL games over parts of 7 seasons split between the Flames, the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers, scoring 58 goals and 101 points during that span. After spending the 2019-20 season with Edmonton, and after splitting the year between the Oilers and their AHL affiliate, the Finnish forward headed back overseas to Europe, as he signed a 2-year contract with the KHL Salavat Yuleev on July 17, 2020. Since then, Granlund has spent the last 2 years playing exclusively for Salavat, where he has not only become one of the best players on his team, he is one of the most productive scorers across the entire league. With 53 points in 50 games during the recent 2021 season, and with 38 points in 41 games during the current 21-22 season, the 28-year-old not only sat 8th place in KHL scoring last year, and is Salavat's leading scorer during the current season of play, this performance has also earned him a place at the Olympics, as Granlund was named to Team Finland's roster. Given that he has produced such strong scoring numbers over the last 2 years, and given that he is currently one of the top players outside of the NHL, Granlund will likely find a home on Finland's first forward line, where he will be given the chance to show off his high-scoring play on the international stage. After all, there's no better way to secure a shiny new contract than by tearing it up at the Olympics, right guys? Moving on to number 8, we have Joakim Nordstrom. One of 2 entries on this list to have lifted the Stanley Cup, Joachim Nordstrom has earned a spot at the tournament following his debut year in Russia. A third-round pick in the 2010 draft by the Chicago Blackhawks, Nordstrom spent parts of 8 seasons in the NHL, split between 4 different teams, scoring 32 goals and 75 points in 444 games in the process. Not only that, Nordstrom would also get his hands on the greatest trophy in the sport, as he won the 2015 Stanley Cup as a member of the Blackhawks. After spending the recent 2021 season with the Calgary Flames, and after putting up 7 points in 44 games during his debut year with the team, the Swedish forward left North America behind and took his talents to Russia, as he signed a 1-year contract with KHL side CSKA Moscow on June 4th, 2021. Having returned to Europe for the first time in 8 years, and having joined the KHL for the first time in his career, the Swedish forward may have taken a little while to get comfortable in his new surroundings, but he certainly found his footing towards the end of the season, as he registered 8 points in his last 10 games for a total of 14 points in 27 regular season games. This improved production, coupled with his championship-winning resume across the pond, secured Nordstrom a place at the competition, as he was named to Team Sweden's roster for the Winter Olympics. Though Nordstrom has never been the most productive player, the 29-year-old's strong defensive play and his expert play on the penalty kill should help him secure a spot in Sweden's bottom 6 for the duration of the tournament. That said, he could certainly move his way up the depth chart if he can continue his recent hot streak and carry his momentum from Moscow over to China. Will he be able to do so? I guess time will tell. At the 7th spot on this list, we have Sami Vatanen. The first of 2 defensemen in this video, Sami Vatanen shall be representing his country at the event, thanks to his high-scoring season in Switzerland. A 4th-round pick by the Anaheim Ducks in 2009, Vatanen suited up in 473 NHL games over parts of 9 seasons split between 4 different teams, where he scored 47 goals and 200 points for his efforts. Having spent the recent 2021 season between the New Jersey Devils and the Dallas Stars, and having scored 6 points in 39 total games that year, the Finnish defenseman would be unable to secure another contract in the NHL for the current season of play. With him still left unsigned just weeks before the season was set to begin, the 30-year-old decided to return overseas, as he signed a 1-year contract with Swiss League side Geneva Servette HC on September 27, 2021. After leaving North America for the first time since 2012, and having taken his talents to Switzerland for the very first time, Vatanen has wasted little time making a strong first impression for his new side, as he has scored an impressive 6 goals and 33 points in just 29 regular season games. Thanks to this productive play and his lengthy tenure in the show, Vatanen has earned himself a trip to China, as he was named to Team Finland's Olympic roster. Since he has rediscovered his scoring numbers of years past, and since he has hit the ground running so far this year, I expect that Vatanen will find a spot on Finland's first or second defensive pair, and be relied upon to put up strong numbers while playing a sizable amount of minutes over the course of the competition. And who knows, perhaps Vatanen will turn some heads at the event, earn himself another NHL contract soon after, and find himself back across the pond before the end of the year. Crazier things have happened, right guys? Next, at number 6, we have Tobias Rieder. The only German player on this list, Tobias Rieder has earned a trip to China following his impressive debut in Sweden. A 4th-round pick in the 2011 draft by the Edmonton Oilers, Rieder spent parts of 7 seasons in the NHL, split between 5 different teams, scoring 64 goals and 145 points in 478 games in the process. After spending the recent 2021 season with the Buffalo Sabres, and after scoring 7 points in 44 games with the team, the German forward would leave North America behind and head for Sweden, as he signed a 1-year contract with the SHL's Växjö Lakers on October 15, 2021. Having returned to Europe for the first time in 12 years, and having joined the SHL for the first time in his career, the 29-year-old has made an immediate impact for his new side, as he has scored 8 goals and 15 points in 23 games so far this season. This return to form, coupled with him being one of his country's most talented and most experienced players at the NHL level, was more than enough to earn him a spot at the Olympics, as Rieder was named to Team Germany's roster. Though he has struggled to make an impact offensively over the last few seasons, and though his scoring numbers have been a shell of their former self, both Rieder and Germany are hoping that his recent rebound in Sweden will help him regain his confidence, produce a strong performance at the tournament, and help the reigning silver medalists go the extra mile to take home the gold. After all, he's certainly got the talent and the skill set to become a go-to guy for his national team. Halfway through this list now, at number 5, we have Leo Komarov. One of the oldest players in this video, Leo Komarov is ready to chase another Olympic medal during the twilight years of his career. A 6th round pick in 2006 by the Toronto Maple Leafs, Komarov suited up in 491 NHL games over parts of 9 seasons split between the Leafs and the New York Islanders, where he scored 63 goals and 170 points for his efforts. After spending the recent 2021 season with the Islanders, and after scoring 8 points in 33 games with the team, the 2016 NHL All-Star would play a single game with New York during the current 21-22 season, before mutually terminating his contract with the team. From there, Komarov would take his talents back across the pond and return to a familiar league, as he signed a 4-year contract with KHL side SKA St. Petersburg on November 14, 2021. Having returned to Russia for the 3rd time in his career, the 2-time Gagarin Cup champion took a while to get comfortable, but he eventually found his footing during his 6th season in the league, as the 2-time KHL All-Star potted 6 points in 18 regular season games. Thanks to his recent bounce-back performance and his lengthy tenure across the pond, Komarov has earned a trip to China, as he was named to Team Finland's Olympic roster. However, this won't be the first time that Komarov has represented his country at the event, as he served as an alternate captain for Finland during the 2014 Olympics in Sochi and went scoreless in 6 games, as Finland finished in 3rd place and clinched a bronze medal. Since he has spent most of his pro career in 2 of the top hockey leagues across the entire world, and since he has prior experience of playing at the tournament, Komarov will be looking to lead by example both on and off the ice, produce a stronger showing on the scoreboard his second time around, and help Finland win gold at the event. Whether he is able to do so or not remains to be seen, but here's hoping that Uncle Leo can earn one last medal before his long and successful career comes to an end. Moving on to number 4, we have Yannick Weber. The only Swiss-born player on this list, Yannick Weber is eager to get his hands on his first Olympic medal during his 3rd trip to the tournament. A 3rd round pick by the Montreal Canadiens in 2007, Weber would spend parts of 13 seasons in the NHL, split between 4 different teams, scoring 28 goals and 94 points in 499 games for his efforts. After spending the recent 2021 season with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and after going scoreless in just 2 games with the team, the Swiss-born defenseman would leave North America behind and head back to his homeland, as he signed a 3-year contract with the Zurich Lions on June 8, 2021. After returning to his native country for the first time since the 2012 lockout, and having signed to a full season back home for the first time since 2006, Weber hasn't lit the league on fire, but he has produced a respectable season in Switzerland, as he has registered 3 goals and 12 points in 41 games so far this year. This performance, coupled with his lengthy tenure in the best league in the world, has secured Weber a place at the Olympics, as he was named to Team Switzerland's roster. Interestingly though, this isn't the first time that Weber shall be representing his country at the event. In fact, Weber has played in both the 2010 and 2014 Olympics, where he went scoreless in 9 games during that span, as Switzerland finished out of medal position in 8th and 9th place respectively. Sure, Weber isn't exactly known for his offensive numbers, and it's unlikely that he'll lead his team in scoring by the end of the tournament, but his reliable defensive play and his wealth of experience against the best of the best will likely mean that Weber will find a spot on Switzerland's first or second defensive pair and be relied upon to shut down the opposing team's top players, while eating up a sizable amount of minutes in the process. And besides, if Switzerland has any hopes of winning a medal, they're gonna need Weber to step up and play his part, whether that's on the score sheet or not. At the third spot on this list, we have Marcus Kruger. The only player in this video to have won multiple Stanley Cup championships, Marcus Kruger has earned a trip to China after a lengthy tenure in Switzerland. A 5th round pick by the Chicago Blackhawks during the 2009 draft, Kruger took to the ice in 520 NHL games over parts of 9 seasons split between the Blackhawks and the Carolina Hurricanes, where he scored 38 goals and 123 points in the process. Not only that, the Swedish forward would also earn a pair of championships during this span, as he lifted both the 2013 and 2015 Stanley Cups as a member of the Blackhawks. After spending the 18-19 season with Chicago, and after scoring 12 points in 74 games that year, Kruger would head back across the pond and take his talents to the Swiss League, as he signed a 2-year contract with the Zurich Lions on July 5th, 2019. Since then, Kruger has spent the last 3 seasons playing exclusively for Zurich, where he has become a key player for his team, both on and off the ice. Serving as an alternate captain of the roster in each of the last 2 years, the 31-year-old has registered 25 goals and 69 points in 118 Swiss League games over the course of his tenure with the Lions. Thanks to his recent success in Switzerland and his multiple championships in the best league in the world, Kruger has made the trip to China, as he earned a place on Team Sweden's roster. Similarly to Weber and Komarov, this won't be Kruger's first trip to the competition, as he also represented Sweden at the 2014 Olympics in Sochi and went scoreless in 6 games, as Sweden finished in 2nd place and won the silver medal at the event. Though he will likely find himself in Sweden's middle 6, and he'll be utilised more for his two-way play than his goal scoring, Kruger will be eager to take on a leadership role as one of the older members on the team, produce a more productive showing than his first time around, and help Sweden secure the gold medal at the event. Regardless of whether he is able to do so, Kruger has recently signed a 4-year contract with the SHL Djurgården IF and will return to his pre-NHL team next season, so it's safe to say that he's already got the later years of his career all figured out. Penultimately, at number 2, we have David Desharnais. The only Canadian player to be featured on this list, David Desharnais finds himself at the Olympics thanks to several productive seasons in the Swiss League. An undrafted player in each of his years of eligibility, Desharnais earned a contract with the Montreal Canadiens in 2008 thanks to several strong seasons in the minors. From there, the Canadian forward would go on to play parts of 9 seasons in the league, split between the Habs, the Edmonton Oilers and the New York Rangers, scoring 87 goals and 282 points in 524 games for his efforts. After spending the 17-18 season with the Rangers, and after scoring 28 points in 71 games during that span, Desharnais would spend the following season in the KHL before moving to Switzerland, as he signed a 2-year contract with HC Fribourg-Gotteron on April 26, 2019. Since then, Desharnais has played the last 3 seasons exclusively for Fribourg, where he has not only become one of the most productive players on his team, but one of the highest scorers across the entire league. Having scored 13 goals or more twice, and 30 points or more twice, the alternate captain has registered 43 goals and 114 points in 135 Swiss League games. Having potted 32 points in 38 games so far this year, and having produced a lengthy tenure in the show despite the overwhelming odds stacked against him, Desharnais became an obvious choice for the Olympics, as he earned a place on Team Canada's roster. Though he has only ever represented his country in a single contest before heading to Beijing, the 35-year-old's wealth of experience against the best of the best and his high-scoring play over the years should be more than enough to help him hold his own during the competition. Not only that, DESHARNAIS shall also wear an A on his jersey as an alternate captain of the team, so I expect him to lead by example and give it everything he's got as he proudly wears the maple leaf on his chest. After all, DESHARNAIS has spent his entire career proving everyone who has ever doubted him wrong. I'm not about to start questioning his abilities, are you? And finally, at number 1, we have Justin Abdelkader. The most experienced NHL player in this video, Justin Abdelkader takes the top spot on this list thanks to being a late addition to his national team's roster. A second-round pick by the Detroit Red Wings in 2005, Abdelkader suited up in 739 NHL games over parts of 13 seasons exclusively with the Red Wings, scoring 106 goals and 252 points for his efforts. After notching 3 points in 49 games with Detroit during the 2019-20 season, and after having the final 3 years of his contract bought out by the team, the American forward would spend the recent 2021 season in Switzerland and help EV Zug win a National League championship before heading back across the pond, as he signed a tryout deal with the AHL's Grand Rapids Griffins on January 21st, 2022. Having finally recovered from a knee injury that he suffered during the World Championships, and having rejoined Detroit's minor league affiliate for the first time since 2010, Abdelkader's return home wouldn't last very long. After playing 3 games with the Griffins, and after going scoreless with 2 penalty minutes and a -3 rating in that span, just 6 days after signing his tryout deal on January 27th, the 34-year-old would be released from the team and make his way to China, as he was added to Team USA's Olympic roster. However, this entry comes with a bit of an asterisk, as Abdelkader has been called to the competition as an alternate. This means that he is the Olympic equivalent of a healthy scratch or a 13th forward, who can step into America's lineup if injuries or COVID issues arise. Whilst this isn't the most ideal situation for him, and whilst his long and successful NHL career should be more than enough to earn him a spot on the roster, Abdelkader seems to be taking his newfound role in stride, and is eager to show that he can still play at a high level, despite him entering the twilight years of his career. Whether he will end up forcing his way onto the roster and producing a respectable performance at the tournament remains to be seen, but if he can find a way to put his impressive skills on display and show exactly why he has captained his country at 2 previous World Championships, Abdelkader could not only help America win the gold medal at the event, he could earn another NHL contract soon after the tournament comes to a close. After all, signing a new deal in the best league in the world with an Olympic medal around your neck sounds pretty good to me, folks. And that was a look at 10 more former NHLers who are playing in the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. What do you guys think about this list? Are you surprised to see some of these players taking part at the event, or did I leave somebody completely obvious out? Let me know in the comments below, I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye! A big thank you to Drew Fawcett, Houston NG, and Worthless Pieces for helping support this video via Patreon. If you too want to help support the channel a little bit further, and get a shout out at the end of every future video, make sure you head over to patreon.com/oddmanrush and become a patron today.